All right, guys, we're live. What's up? Coach Colby here, joined by 360 Thrive client number one, Rob Morris. Rob, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you, Kobe?
Yeah, good, man. Good. So this is launch week. For those of you who are just tuning in, you've probably been getting hammered in your newsfeed. Enrollment for 360 Thrive is now open, and in an effort to really communicate the value of what this program is, I thought I would actually just talk to the men who went through the program and have them share their experiences. So Rob and I have worked together for, I'd say, almost a full year. Even through lockdown, we took a small little hiatus. But I'd like to think you're in a kick-ass spot now. So anyways, man, let's just dive right in. Before joining 360 Thrive and before hiring me as your coach, tell me a little bit about your situation and what was it that made you want to reach out and actually work with me?
Sure. So I'm an ex-college football player, went in the military, became special forces, really kind of got in the best shape of my life, as many guys in the military do. And when I left the military, as many guys in the military do, you kind of let things go. You let the face hair grow, you grow the hair out in the back, but then the middle starts to grow too. I like many people came from a little bit different background than typical background as far as my home life goes, and had some undiagnosed mental issues, ADHD mainly, that I didn't figure out actually until we went through this process right at the beginning of it. So I essentially got out of the military and kind of let life run me instead of me running life, especially from a personal health standpoint, for about 30 years, 25, 30 years. So I got overweight. I was sluggish, probably drinking a little more alcohol than I should have. I was actually trying to balance it all out with CrossFit. So I joined CrossFit, became a level 1 coach, was a kid coach, taught yoga, teach yoga, and, thought, all right, I do all this CrossFit, so why can't I just continue to eat and drink and live how I want to? And then I looked in the mirror one day and realized, like, taking my shirt off in Florida and to surf. So something's going on. Ended up and a lot of other different reasons, and figured out that I had ADHD my whole life. And through that process, and through learning about ADHD, learned that for me, it's about habit. For me, everything, for me, and much like people that don't have ADHD, life is about the habits that you form. So I had actually done Noom for a little while. I don't know if you're familiar with Noom, but it's kind of a genetic software, but it's made by psychiatrists. So they deal with the psychological issues around weight gain, weight loss, and so forth. So I'd learned a lot of things like, the plates are big, the portions, and so forth and so on. But it really hadn't hit home. It really didn't have meaning to it. It didn't have meat. And being that I have ADHD and basically a guy, I didn't have any accountability for myself. So I really had no control system in place to understand cause and effect of any action that I took.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned, like, what was the one thing maybe that really stood out to you where you're like, okay, I really need to get some help?
Yeah, so it was probably the same thing as everybody else you talk to. I much like much of society today have tried every single diet because I knew my weight was overweight. Paleo, vegan, vegetarian, did no carbs for a while until I realized that Atkins died because he had no carbs in his brain. Doing all this physical fitness, but wasn't seeing progress.
I think I lost your mic.
Am I back?
Yep, you're back. Good.
Am I back now?
Yep.
Okay. So really not living my best life and realizing, and then on top of that, getting diagnosed with ADHD and realizing that for me, it's about habits, right? For me, it's about, I'm not just the type of person that can sit down, write a goal in a book and say, every single day I'm going to march towards that goal. I needed somebody in my life that would help me be accountable to create new habits in my life. Because for me, everything's about a habit. Once it's a habit, it's there forever. But until that occurs, it's nothing.
Mm-hmm. Was there any like pain or discomfort associated with where you were at? Like obviously something was motivating you to change. And so what was like I hate to use the word the darker side, but what was the challenging, painful side of where you were existing before deciding to make those changes?
Yeah, so that's the big question, right? So nobody makes changes till it hurts. To use your words, change doesn't occur until I forgot the exact wording, but I'll remember this forever. Change doesn't occur until the pain of whatever's going on gets more than
The pain of changing. Yeah.
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 And that's exactly where I was, right? So I live in Florida. I love Florida. I embrace Florida, despite the fact that we can't count our votes. Um, I love the fact that I love the fact that I wear shorts for Christmas every year, right? I love the fact that it was 39 degrees when I woke up this morning and had to bundle up in the warmest weather I have, where I look at you and you're wearing t-shirt and shorts, right? Most people are laughing going, 39 degrees? Are you kidding me? So I love that fact. And I have 3 wonderful boy grandkids, an amazing son, and a young lady in my life who I absolutely look up to and admire. She coaches, she's a teacher of deaf kids. She is a dance troupe coach. She is a cheerleading coach. She is nonstop. She's also 8 years younger than me and a whole lot prettier than I am. And it started to hurt. It literally started to hurt trying to keep up with all that. I was
What do you mean?
frustrated.
Like, were you like slowing down? Were you feeling?
Yeah. So that was it, right? So CrossFit started hurting more and more every day, even though I was doing it more and more. You would think at some point your body starts to go, all right, here's your habit. We're getting there, right? It starts to almost be motivational to go to the gym. It becomes a habit to where you say, all right, I'm going to the gym every single day. I'm going to CrossFit every single day. That started to be painful because the weight's there. I also know, having a long career as a paramedic, that the weight I was carrying was not helping my body, carrying a lot of visceral fat around, not helping my heart rate, or not helping my heart. Probably more pain factors than we have time to discuss. Just a large sum of things that all came together when I came to the realization that mentally, that I was not headed in the right direction, and I needed help.
Yeah. So what made you decide to work with me?
I'm sorry, your voice is really broken. It may be me, but
What was it that made you decide to work with me? Nothing? Here, I'm going to drop it in. Maybe I can send you a chat message here. Come through? I'll shoot you a text.
you can still hear me okay? I'll answer that question. Okay. So, well, frankly, I got on the internet. I know how much a coach like at the gym for private coaching costs. And I figured, well, if I'm going to pay that much, I might as well get somebody that's going to not just teach me how to do push-ups, but actually change the very fabric or the habits that I've formed into more lifelong habits. I talked to a couple different guys, a couple ladies, found some different people in different places. But then your black and white photo with all your tattoos came up, right?
I don't have any tattoos. You think that I have tattoos? That's so crazy.
I know. I don't even know where that came from, but
I don't. I remember you told me that, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
That's
right.
funny.
So these pictures somehow made it look like, all right, here's a really cool guy. He used to play some rugby. You know, he seems like he kind of gets it, right? He's focused more on guys. He's not just focused on the next great diet plan or the next great physical fitness plan. He's focused on actually solving problems, right? Again, kind of my reference back to Noom. Noom has its own problems, and it's not really geared towards specific situations or specific people, and it's not really geared towards change. It's geared towards what you're doing wrong, right? Um, a lot of what I was reading about you was um, changing the very way that you think, the habits that you formed, and it just made sense. And I'm probably not wording it correctly, but I can remember that feeling of after you and I talked, and after I talked to several other people, including one life coach, that I was not just getting somebody who was following a script. I was getting somebody that was going to figure out who the heck I am and figure out what I need to get to where I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Without tattoos.
Yeah, you're gonna have to chat it again, dude.
Cool. Let me hit you with the next question. I appreciate that. So for those listening, the next question is, what were you expecting to get from coaching? Let me drop this in the chat. To get from coaching.
So from coaching, I didn't know what to expect, right? So day one, I went into it with, I need to do something, and it needs to not just be, again, more diet and more physical fitness, right? I needed to make change. And I'm a pretty open book guy. So for me going into it, I was like, all right, I'm going to invest in this. I'm going to do 100%. I'm going to listen to somebody who actually knows what they're doing. And, you know, being in the medical field, I listen to doctors, right? If a doctor tells me to do something that makes good medical sense, I do what they tell me. I found a professional, and I decided to embrace and work through that. And my expectations were change would occur, not just change for the period of time that we worked together, but change would occur in my life. And again, I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what to expect. I just knew that there wasn't a script, because I'm different than you or the guy in the house right next to me, or the guy in the house across the street. I am Rob, and I'm a little goofy, a little bit older, kind of thick-headed, divorced, and a granddad. But I say all that to say this: I have my special conditions, right? And mine are mine, good or bad. And so my script is not the same script that Colby has.
Right.
And so I guess the only expectation is I went into this knowing that I wasn't going to get a Colby script.
Yeah. So I don't know, Rob, if you can hear me. I'm going to send your next question through.
Okay.
So the question is, what results did you get from coaching? And I want to just talk about something really quick, because I got into coaching to help people create change. I was in a place where, very early on in my career, I wanted to help make the world a better place. I still do. I still believe coaching has that potential to do it. Rob sent me a photo. I wonder if I can actually pull it up. And he gave me his approval to mention this. I know this is a kind of a sensitive subject. There was a period when he was on antidepressants, and he was taking a certain amount each day. And so Rob's before and after pictures are just shocking, because he showed me his daily dose, before we started working together. I don't remember, 6 months in, something like that. His psychiatrist was cutting him down. So finally he was taking half of a pill a day as his dose. And so by far, of all the transformations I've seen physically and people I've worked through, I think Rob's is actually my personal favorite, the one that I feel the most proud of in changing. So you can take that direction, whatever you want to go, but that's the part I'm most proud of. So the question is, what results did you get from coaching?
Yeah, so that's probably a vast and wide answer, which would probably take more than a couple hours to talk about. But in the grand sum of things, I got a life change, right? So I didn't just get, we went through my physical goal and I got it and surpassed it, right? So I had the whole Murph goal. I just wanted to get below 40, 45. I got to 37, which for me,
with a weight vest,
with the
right?
Murph RX, that's right. With the vest.
Yep.
I got to 37, which if I never ever did Murph again, I can brag about that and be super happy about it for the rest of my life.
You worked your ass off, man. That was cool.
I did.
That was cool.
And I was even impressed with that result. But more importantly, I got, and I've thought about this since we discussed it. What I got was a set of tools to stay on track. What I got was a set of rules and tools that I can live by that work for me to help me achieve my goals. And yeah, I could have done it in 10 or 12 weeks or months and lost a bunch of weight and achieved a certain status or goal or a certain physique that I wanted. And you and I could have done it together. But that wasn't in my cards. My cards was to achieve a slow, steady gain towards my goal. I've gotten it. I'm off antidepressants and staying off, which is amazing. But even more so, I continue to achieve new fitness and health goals personally every day, every week. I'm continuing to drop weight in a healthy and steady way that is not bouncing around 10, 20 pounds like it used to. I continue to take on health and fitness in my life, and I'm back to coaching again. But now I'm not just coaching CrossFit. I'm actually coaching at a gym where you might coach. And I don't even have your skill set or qualifications, never will. So I'm getting to help. I'm getting to mentor people every day with the skill sets that you gave me.
Oh, that's fucking cool. Really cool.
Yeah. Many of the conversations I have, most of these are women, are conversations based on things that you and I discussed because, yeah, you work with guys and yeah, the problems with guys are pretty unique. Just like the problems with women are, the solutions are the same. They're just tailored different. One of the reasons I love CrossFit is because, and a lot of people don't realize this, but CrossFit's designed to be scaled for the individual. That's why you pay a little bit more money. You are getting an individual session. That's why I personally like CrossFit and believe in it so strongly. We've got 76-year-old guys at our gym that can do legless rope climbs, right? That's amazing. It's absolutely amazing to me. Well, taking that, which very much goes in with the lessons that I learned through the program with you, for me, has helped me become a beneficial, a helpful mentor for people in a gym now. 3 of the ladies that I'm coaching decided to start 75 hard this week. They're all doing it together. And they're using my program they're using my fitness class twice a week as part of their motivation to get there. And
that's cool.
We created a Murph-like workout for their goals. So we tested on that Saturday, and they're going to retest in 68 days and see where they're
awesome.
At. And for me, I got that from working with you. I got that motivation, I got that drive, but I got that simple understanding that if I set goals and I hold myself accountable for those goals every day and use the tools that I learned, because it's not just about I get on the phone with Colby 3 times a week, and he beats me up because I did or didn't achieve something. It's about
Sometimes.
the education that came along with that.
Yeah.
And trust me, that's a big part for me. But the education that I got along with that, to help understand that. How do these goals? What do these goals mean to me? Why are they important to me? What is my goal from that? Well, my goals are very different than anybody else you're ever going to talk to. Because they all have their unique goals too. A lot of mine are based around my grandchildren and the beautiful young lady in my life. Everybody's going to have similar goals, but they're all going to be slightly different. And I was able to finally not let life drive me, but start driving life because of this program.
Yeah. It feels really good to give back and to serve. I know the feeling that you're feeling, you got your little team, is so good, man. It's so good to have that feeling. When COVID hit and like gyms locked down and I stopped personal training and jujitsu was done, I just felt like empty. Like I didn't have my homies, my team. My support system is like the people that I interact with and guide, because I learned so much, in that process. So if someone was considering hiring me, what would you tell them?
Do your research. Ask around, because as you start to talk to people, you're going to start to realize that what Colby has established is the difference. Colby has not just put together another weight loss program. This is and Colby's not just a life coach following a script. Colby has put together an educational program that is followed up with a personal approach to you, the individual that you're talking to, and how to make that knowledge work for you. So I don't think that you're going to find anything else out there like it. But if you do, I'd strongly encourage you to talk to people, to compare, not just go because you know somebody or somebody recommended it. I mean, I live in Florida. Colby's in Colorado. I found him not just because somebody recommended him, but because there were some great reviews. But there was a personal conversation that occurred in which I talked to several people around this goal of not just making change, but making long-term life-changing change. Because I'm 54, the time, or 52, sorry, 53, however old I am now. The time to try another physical fitness program that lasts for a few months and then bounces back again is over. I needed to create and generate change. And for me, I just got lucky and found the right program at the right time, because for me, it's about making lifelong permanent change. And that's what I found. And
That's awesome.
So if you want another 12-month gym membership that you only go to the first 3 months out of, wait till the new year, sign up for the $9.99 local gym membership, and then drop it in 3 months. If you want to make lifelong change, not just physical change, but health change, then talk to Colby.
Awesome. I think it's a good place to stop, man. You said it way better than I ever could. You're the man, Rob. I appreciate you. For those of you watching, if you're interested in enrolling in 360 Thrive, enrollment is open through Saturday, the 5th. And the way it works is you just raise your hand in the comments, let me know. I'll reach out to you individually to start a conversation and see if I'm going to be the right guy to help you. If so, we can probably create some awesome results together. And if not, I will 100% point you in the right direction. Rob, I'm going to end the broadcast and you and I can catch up for a few minutes.
Absolutely.